Imagine walking down a hallway when your shoe suddenly loses traction on a puddle of water. You slip, fall, and hit the ground. In that fraction of a second, your body encounters unexpected physical data. Your brain acts as an organic sponge, taking in the visual of water, the feeling of the hard floor, and the sting of the fall, logging it all as a permanent memory. The next time you walk down a hallway and spot a yellow warning sign, your brain pulls up that painful memory. You slow your pace and step carefully around the hazard. You experienced a failure, remembered the physical cost, and adapted your future behavior to avoid making the exact same mistake twice. This continuous loop of learning is a core component of biological intelligence. Standard computer processors lack this organic adaptability. At their core, they function as high-speed calculators, executing a rigid set of predetermined instructions. A machine can store tens of thousands of high-definition videos and solve complex mathematical equations in milliseconds. But without specific instructions, it lacks an intuitive understanding of the physical world. If you programmed a standard robot to walk down that same wet hallway, it would slip and fall. And because it cannot learn from the experience on its own, it would get up and slip on that exact same puddle 100 times in a row. To stop the machine from falling, we have to move beyond raw calculation. We have to develop systems that can mimic human-like learning, a field known as artificial intelligence. Building that mimicry requires 3 distinct engineering pillars, which we can observe in a piece of everyday domestic hardware, the robot vacuum cleaner. The first pillar is memory. Before the vacuum can clean, it uses sensors to digitally map its physical environment, logging the exact coordinates of the walls and furniture, so it knows precisely where objects are located. The second pillar is learning from mistakes. If the vacuum gets wedged under a low sofa, it logs that physical hindrance as an error. The algorithm updates its internal map, ensuring it avoids that specific coordinate on the next pass. The third pillar is smart decision-making. Armed with an updated map and a list of corrected errors, the machine dynamically alters its physical actions, calculating the room size and plotting the most efficient path in real time. By combining spatial memory, error correction, and live decision-making, engineers enable a machine to execute complex physical tasks with a level of independence that reflects human reasoning. The pursuit of this technology dates back to 1950, when an English mathematician named Alan Turing proposed a method for measuring machine cognition. He designed a benchmark known as the Turing test. The premise was that if a human judge holds a text-based conversation with an unseen entity and cannot tell whether they are speaking to a machine or a person, the machine has achieved a significant level of intelligence. For decades, computers remained effective at rigid, rules-based tasks like playing chess, but they struggled with the unpredictable fluidity of a natural human conversation. Recently, that barrier has begun to erode. Modern AI programs can now interpret conversational context, recall previous statements, and hold conversations that feel increasingly indistinguishable from human interaction. While the Turing test remains a high bar, these breakthroughs have moved AI from specific, narrow tasks toward the ability to communicate with us in a natural, human way. We interact with that conversational interface daily through smart voice assistants sitting in our living rooms. When you ask a digital assistant a question, it translates the physical audio waves of your voice into actionable digital commands. It parses your intent and triggers physical hardware to adjust your lights or lock your doors. In the commercial sector, AI analyzes a completely different visual input. When you scan a QR code to pay at a local store, you are relying on AI to read a complex geometric structure. The algorithm instantly decodes the arrangement of tiny black and white squares. It verifies the merchant, masks your personal banking details, and securely routes the payment data without exposing your identity to theft. Successful artificial intelligence often operates with total frictionlessness, silently managing the physical and financial logistics of our daily routines. As this technology evolves, we will deploy autonomous AI robots to explore the hostile environments of deep space, navigating foreign terrain where the communication delay makes real-time human control impossible. Closer to home, AI-driven digital tutors will analyze and adapt to the learning speed of individual students. In hospitals, robotic nurses will assist with monitoring patient vitals and managing medication dosages. But delegating these tasks requires absolute precision. Scientists must rigorously audit these systems because a single software bug or a malicious computer virus could corrupt the machine's decision-making process with tangible physical consequences. As we continue to refine machines that don't just calculate, but actually learn and decide, our focus shifts toward ensuring that their decision-making remains as reliable and accurate as the human logic it aims to copy.